if you didn't know, the largest generation in Canadian history is headed into retirement age, or at least what we've always considered to be retirement age. Increased lifespans and costs of living have forced a lot of retired Canadians to work again, leaving us wondering, what even is retirement anymore?
Well, our next guest set out to look at this problem, finding that the ways we view retirement desperately need to change, not only for our bank account, but for our health, too. Here to tell us more is formerly retired journalist and author Cathrin Bradbury. Welcome.
I should also say she's also my former editor at both Maclean's and Metro, so I'm going to be on my best behavior.
Good job.
But this piece you wrote for The Walrus, it opens up with this great scene. It's at your retirement party, and you took a look around and you're like, things are looking a little different. It didn't look like what you had imagined it would be. Tell us about that.
Well, let's start with the social contract. So I worked for 40 years. I put half of what I earned in those 40 years into company and government pension plans. So it's over, and it's time for the social contract to pay back. Give me my dough. And I made the decision to retire during lockdown, and a lot of Canadians did, because we had this false sense of financial security. Remember, if you cast your mind back, how low the interest rates were? Like, it was mind-boggling. And we didn't spend any money. So I'd look at my account and think, ready to go. And then fast forward a couple of years and interest rates skyrocket, you know, the market. Inflation. Will the market collapse? Who knows? I don't know. I mean, we're retiring into massive insecurity.
Right.
And so for me, I very quickly decided that I had to go back to work.
Wow, interesting. All right, so your journey started because you went to, in order to prepare for your retirement, you went and talked to your financial planner. This was back in 2022. And that changed your whole view on retirement. So talk to us about the difference of, you know, the age of retirement that we expect and, you know, versus when retirement even started.
Okay, well, just to start with my financial planner, when I went to him, he said, you know, you can expect to live to 94. And I said, oh, well, thank you. I do try to keep fit. And he said, no, I'm not flattering you. He said, if we put in, add in the factors, like your education, your access to good health care, your genetics, that's how long you're going to live. So all of a sudden, that was looking like I had to save for 30 years of retirement. And you think that's bad. You lot, because of longevity, will probably have about 50 years to save for if you retire when Canadians are expected to retire. So how is that even possible?
The math doesn't work.
The math is not mathing.
It's completely plausible that you'll all live into your hundreds. And
how are we going to pay for that?
And how are you going to pay for it? And there's this expectation that the last 50 years of your life should be a paid vacation. That's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's just not going to work.
It's interesting because I actually don't plan to retire. I've never thought of working and then not working. I'm going to work forever. And my role models are actually my parents. They're both in their 80s. Everybody is still working on the family business. My dad's 81, rides 4 horses a day. God bless him. And he's never going to stop. And you actually say that this approach is perhaps healthier?
Yeah, I love that. And yeah, congratulations. You're going to live a long and healthy life.
I hope so.
Your whole family.
Yeah,
might be poor, but sorry, can't have everything. So a lot of studies have been done lately that show that the more occupation you have, as in being occupied by something, the more purpose you have, the healthier you're going to be and the longer you're going to live. Literally, like it's a statistic. One of the studies said that a lack of occupation is as bad as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day.
Wow.
So, and
is
you
that
probably
why you see, like, those blue zone countries?
Yeah, the blue zone countries are, you know, they're finding pockets around the world where people are living into their hundreds, and one of the really common things is that everybody's working or has something.
Or you wake up with a purpose.
You wake up with a purpose, and it can be a passion. It can be something you love. It can be even travel, or it can be paid work, but something that you have to do. That's what's going to keep you alive.
So we know it's against the law to force someone to retire, but ageism is alive and well. What did you find through your research, how ageism is pushing people out too early?
You know, a lot of people, when they hit around 50, especially men, and especially men in the financial community, but pretty much everybody, they start to notice that no one's talking about their future career. So those conversations slow down and then stop. No one's talking about performance management or what your next goal is or sending you on retreats to expand your horizons. It just stops. Those conversations stop at a certain point. And that's really too bad because what you've done is you've invested a massive amount of money in this person, and then you say, oh, well, you're red circled now. And I have to say, as a newsroom leader, I did participate in those kind of red circle conversations. And it wasn't that you were firing anybody, but you'd sit down and you'd say, Bob, you're 64. I bet you got other ideas about what you want to do now. Not here. You know?
We don't have a lot of time left, but you did speak to a lot of experts, a lot of retirees, and you say that they came up with what you call a personal retirement manifesto with 3 ideals for future retirement.
Yes.
In a minute, tell us what those are.
Yeah. Okay, number 1, we've already said ageism, so we have to fix ageism. Everyone is going to experience ageism at some point in their life, everyone. So we have to fix it. The second one is phased retirement. So instead of saying in or out, how about, hey, do you want to work 3 days a week? Hey, do you want to work 2 days a week? Slowly, gradually take people out. And the third one is stop calling it retirement. Retirement means recede, recess, and if people who are retired are working. So let's just call retired Canadians what they are, because they all are still working.
And
so let's call them workers.
You're
contributing. And contributing through their taxes, through their...
and that word changes the mindset if you don't use that word. It changes the mindset about people. All right, Cathrin.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
That was great.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, everyone, you can read The End of Retirement at thewalrus.ca. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.